Good morning. We are here. We are back, YouTube family. I've just not been, it's been a crazy busy season with the kids. And so I have just not been on here, but I'm ready to get back at it. This morning we are starting with a fuck ton of rice. I'm sure a lot of my Instagram girlies are wondering what I have every day in this bowl in my pre-workout meal. So I do one of those salmon packets. I do 300 grams of rice, coconut oil, banana, and then I'll pour some honey down my throat before I leave. Literally, I don't like honey on anything, so I just pour it literally down my throat. This morning I already had my kind of like gut health stack. Currently been using the Revive Daily Greens as well as the GI Plus. I really like both of them. There are other things that I take. I take like 5 things in the morning, but these are the main things. And then on top of my rice and salmon, you cannot go wrong with some goddamn garlic salt. Boop, boop, boop. We out here. We are going to eat this up, and then we are going to head to the gym. What's up, YouTube fam? So we are in the car heading to get Starbucks and a cake pop for Carter, and then we're also gonna head to the zoo after that. But I wanted to hop on and kind of talk about right now, like bodybuilding, where I'm at, how things are going, how this growth phase has been going. Okay, put your egg back in, honey. How this growth phase is going and kind of where we're going with things in the future. I just talked to my coach yesterday, just kind of looking for more direction of what he sees as essentially like what he sees for me in the future, because I'm not stepping on stage this year, and that was a big goal. That was like a big 2023 goal of mine, was to step on stage, and that won't be happening. And so I feel a little bit defeated in that, because in January when I decided I was going to hire a coach, I think that was the first mindset that I had, like, okay, well, this year, like, I'll be able to step on stage. But bodybuilding takes a lot of time, and like 110% could step on stage this year, right? But would I be in the best position to win? Probably not. And I think that's really what my coach and I have been talking the most about is, are you okay, Carter? Honey, I can't help you right now, but I can help you in a second when I get gas, okay? And that's what my coach and I have literally been talking about is, what do I need to do to be the most competitive so that I can win an overall, not just so that I can step on stage. The biggest goal right now is to get my quads and hamstrings to a place where they can actually match my glutes, because my glutes are the most developed. Hold on.
Hey, what can I get started for you today?
Hi, I'm gonna do an iced espresso today with the blonde roast espresso.
How many shots?
2 shots, please. And can you put that in a grande cup? And then with that, let's do oat milk.
I'm gonna read it back.
Okay.
We have Adobe espresso, so double shot, blonde espresso. We're gonna do 1 pump sugar free vanilla, 1 pump cinnamon caramel, 1 Splenda in a grande cup with ice and oat milk.
Yes, you got it. Okay. And then also, can we have a cookies and cream cake pop?
Yeah.
Oh,
721.
appreciate it. Yep, I ordered it for you, honey. Okay.
But I don't see it.
Well, we're not there. We're not to the window yet to pay, and then they'll give it to us. So the goal is to be the most competitive, right? Especially in wellness right now, there are a lot of girls who are enhanced. I am not. There are a lot of girls who have been building for years. I have not. Not that I am not someone who doesn't work out, right? But I've never been specifically a bodybuilder. So I've always been someone who works out. I've always been someone who stayed active, even throughout both my pregnancies, extremely active, worked out, very, very healthy. When I started with my coach, I weighed about 115. Within our first weekish together, I dropped down to about 113. And then today I actually weighed in at 125.4. So in the last like because I've been with him for 4 months. In the last 4 months, I've almost put on, about 10 pounds. And obviously some of that is fat. Obviously some of that is muscle. Definitely stronger. Yesterday, you can see in the video, I was deadlifting pretty heavy. So I'm definitely feeling stronger. I'm definitely pushing myself. I'm definitely feeling myself get more into the bodybuilding realm. But something also that needed to happen is my coach needed to take over my training, because the way I was training was more so for strength. So we want to make sure that we are training to just build muscle, not just training to specifically be strong. However, it is a really good benefit that I am super fucking strong, because then I can lift in the 10 to 12 rep range. I can fucking sumo deadlift, 270 for 10 reps. And that can definitely come in handy for building that muscle. So there are a lot of things that I've done in the past that are going to help me be able to grow a lot faster. I've also been growing really fast. I'll pop some pictures here, but I think the biggest thing right now is just making sure that I'm in a place that I feel the most comfortable with my physique. He feels really comfortable with putting me on stage so that I can be the most competitive. And like yesterday, I cannot tell you how much I was like super butthurt by the conversation that he and I kind of had back and forth. But there was a lot that came out of it for me that was very eye-opening. And I think that will play into the next, few months of my training, as well as like my bodybuilding journey. Amazing. I'm Tish. You're right. I am Tish.
Good morning.
Good morning.
7:21. Then it's just an ask if you want to leave a tip.
Oh yeah. Always. I feel like my car isn't even on. It's just so quiet. Weird. Carter, we're gonna stop and get gas, and then we're gonna head to the zoo, okay? Tyson's sad. Thank you so much. You as well. Drink your milk. All right, so to kind of go a little bit more in depth about everything, about where I am. So talked about my weight. Oh my god. Going a little bit more in depth about training. I know that's something that people probably are wondering about, especially because you see me post so many leg days. So when my coach took over my training, because our goal is to grow my hamstrings and to grow my quads to match my glutes, because my ass got really fat really fast. So because of that, what we've been actually focusing on is legs. We've been focusing on quads and calves, and then we've been focusing on glutes and hamstrings. But really, even like the glutes and hamstrings is mostly hamstrings with a little bit of glutes in there. So because of that, I do 4 leg days a week. My current split is quads, calves, and then hams, glutes, and then delts, and then rest. After that, we have another quads, calves, and then we have hamstrings and back. Just basically my posterior chain is amazing. Yeah, things are feeling good. Doing 4 leg days a week. Actually, I was like extremely nervous at the beginning, but you learn how to really go with it. Mostly what I do is I try to focus on heavier weights. So in that like 8 to 12-ish rep range for one of the days of the work, of the movements of training. And then for the other day, when I'm training the same thing later on in the week, I try to go for a 12 to 15 rep range, and sometimes like even 20. Like really taxing the muscles. I've been feeling really good in my progress. I've been seeing really good progress from that. And so I definitely feel like we are growing, like we are 100% growing. I'm seeing the results I want to see, which is really good. I'll be back.
Yeah?
Okay, then we're not gonna go to the coffee place today. Oh no. Mommy will take that if she sees you do that again. It's just dangerous, honey. Do you understand? Did you drop it? Alright, bro, that took forever. This is trash. If you don't know, grande cup, 2 shots of blonde roast espresso, 1 pump of cinnamon caramel, 1 pump of sugar-free vanilla, 1 Splenda oat milk. Fucking immaculate. Goodness fucking gracious. That should be illegal to taste that way. It should be illegal to taste so good. Actually, right now, in my growth phase. Okay, I'm sure there are a lot of people wondering my caloric intake. So my calories have not changed for about 5 weeks. I think this will be the 5th. Carter, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Can you not? So my calories have not changed for the last 5 weeks, which is actually kind of nice because I've been seeing consistent growth on these calories. So when I got back from Paris at the beginning of March, I was we left everything the same, obviously, because I was just coming back from a trip. But the following week after I got back, my weight was maybe about like 118, I think, on average. Like, I was still not like growing very much, which is totally fine. It had been maybe 9 weeks that I'd been working with my coach. So, it can be kind of a slower pace. And then obviously I was gone for 5 days. The biggest thing was to get back into my routine, which happened instantaneously. Even caloric intake stayed the same, and then I got really ravenously hungry on those calories. So calories came up the following week, and they have been the same since then. So I am eating, okay, if I'm off the top of my head, I am eating 29.85 for calories. Right now that's 150 protein, 450 carbs, and 65 fat. That's off the top of my head. On rest days, I could not even tell you the calories if I wanted to, because I have no idea. And I only have 2 rest days a week. But those calories are 85 fat, 150 protein, and 325 carb. So that's like my low, like that's pretty low carb, and I get pretty hungry on the rest days, which will be interesting this week because I'm taking 3 rest days, but we will see. So that's where calories are at. Definitely seeing consistent growth, definitely feeling consistent. Since then, like weight kind of averaging at that like 118, 119 mark. Calories changed. It's now essentially like 2 months later, and I am about 5-ish pounds more, 5 pounds more, actually 4 pounds more on average. This 125 was like the highest I've weighed in ever. So yeah, things are feeling good. The goal is to, the off-season plan. So right now we're in a growth phase. The goal is to, you okay, Tice? Oh, okay. Carter, do you want to go to the park instead? Maybe the park and a walk instead? You still want to do the zoo? Okay, we're going to have to go fast. I'm trying to bribe him into something else, and he said no. So the goal is 24-week phase where we will grow for 24 weeks, then have like a diet not even a diet break, because I'm not on a diet, but have like a break. Have like a break from probably the high calories, probably pull back on carbs and fats. But yeah, essentially the goal would be to pull back a little bit, and then to does this work? What's this lane end? Yeah, it does. Pull back calories, have like a little mini cut, and then go back into another growth phase. And then after that growth phase, depending on where things are, labs, mindset, muscle, we would go into a prep. So I'm not sure if that means I'll have like another 24-week growth phase after a mini cut, because right now a 24-week growth phase would put me, I'm at 16 weeks right now, so that will give me like 8 more weeks, which means I'll be essentially in a growth phase until like the end, like midsummer. Then into a mini cut. Oh, it's so fun at the end of summer, like a little mini cut. And then another growth phase, which will be so nice for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Feed me. I'm not sure how that long the second growth phase will be. That we didn't talk about that in particular, but yeah, that's the plan right now. Plans change depending on a lot of things, mainly depending on how my body responds to everything, right? So we can have a plan set in place, and I tell my personal clients this all the time. We can have a plan set in place, and we can have this mindset of where we want things to go, but it also depends 110% on execution on your part, as well as body response and how your body responds to everything we're doing. So I'm sure that's also the mindset my coach has. So yeah, things are what they are, and I'm excited to see how things continue to change as we continue to grow, and as I continue to grow with him as my coach. And yeah, there's just a lot of unknown right now, but we are controlling the controllables, and that's all we can do. So we're gonna head off to the zoo. Tyson's gonna eventually stop crying. I swear on my life he is. And then we are going to have some fun there, head home, have lunch, and you and I will talk a little bit later this week. It's 3! Trying to get this back on here. Righty tighty, lefty loosey, righty tighty. No. I have to hold this because I somehow just messed up my little thing. But getting ready to go into the gym. Today I am actually combining 2 of my workouts because I decided to do 4 days of training this week with it being a deload. So I am joining, I'm going to do a really pretty good delt day. And then I'm going to add in some quads along with that. So I'll add in I will be adding in leg extension, as well as squats, and then probably also goblet squats. He'll love it, goblet squats. Starting with my Gatorade. So for my intra, I stopped using intra workout from Raw Nutrition, but I might add that back in, considering I thought it was giving me digestive issues, and I think it was my ovulation that was giving me digestive issues. So weird thing, but track your cycle. It's an odd thing. Track your cycle, even if you do it on pen and paper. It's good to know when you're ovulating. It's good to know when you're on your cycle. It's good to know when it's coming, because of how much your body changes during those times. I know I'm so in tune with my body, and that makes me that makes things a lot easier to understand and communicate to my coach, like, hey, I know this is going on. This is why the scale is this. This is why this is happening, XYZ. And that'll for sure, like, knowing my body now will help me even more when I get to a prep in the future. So anyways, Gatorade, Legion, recharge, and that's what we got for this morning. About to go ahead and train, and we'll talk soon. So I just picked up the kids from daycare and we are heading home. Truthfully, we're just going to wrap this one up. I just wanted to show kind of what my training plan is and talk a little bit about, everything going forward, things in this week and things as we go forward. So let me know if you have any questions. I'm super excited to continue sharing here. I feel like YouTube is the place to be, Anyways,